Hey guys, in true 5 o'clock summer fashion, today I am drinking some wine and I'm going to be walking you through 4 email sequences that your wine business needs today, and I'm going to be telling you why email marketing is so important for your wine business. Those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. I'm Merlene from curlycopy. This is the place where I share copywriting and marketing secrets and strategies that you can implement in your business today to see the impact and sell out your offers. If you want to see more content like this, make sure you like and subscribe. So let's dive right into the video. Why email marketing is so important is a great avenue to re-engage your audience and make sure they're constantly bought into your brand. And oftentimes it also works as a great differentiator, so customers understand why you're special and why they should buy from you, especially with the first email sequence I'm going to walk through. And at the end, stick around for real life examples where I walk through 2 companies. I love wine, so obviously I subscribe to emails. 2 companies I personally love, and I'm gonna make recommendations and suggestions about what's working and what's not, and ways you can implement them in your business today. Okay, perfect. So let's dive right into the emails. The first email I'm gonna talk about is a welcome sequence for your wine business. And why a welcome sequence is so important, this is essentially welcoming the customer into your business. This could be the first interaction you have with them outside of your website. So it's really important that you have a killer welcome sequence that really introduces who you are, what you do, and why they should buy your products. An email sequence, again, consists of normally 5 to 7 emails telling them and walking them through some story. For your wine business, it's really important that you offer value to your customers. Don't go run for the sell just yet until you establish a genuine relationship with your customer. Then they feel like the sell is just a natural progression in your relationship. The next email you definitely want to be sure to have is an onboarding sequence. An onboarding sequence is typically following the welcome sequence, and then these are one of the 2 emails you absolutely should have for your business. An onboarding sequence is basically a way from shifting that relationship to more transactional based. So after your welcome sequence where you offer tons of value, your onboarding sequence will onboard them into your business really. So exactly what it sounds, it's an onboarding email. So the onboarding email can go something like, okay, here's why we're special, here's what we're doing, and then it follows the path down, onboarding them into a monthly wine club membership, discounts on wines, bundles, delivery services, packages like that. So basically when you go through welcome sequence, the next step would be an onboarding sequence so they can understand the value that comes with those programs. But as I said before, it's super important that you make sure your customer is acclimated to your company and who you are, and you're building that relationship so it doesn't feel like some skeezy sell that people don't really want to listen to. And what's also important is make sure your emails don't look like a typical sales gimmicky email. So lean into the fact that you're a small business, small to mid-sized business who has actual people caring for the customers, picking their orders, selecting their wines, and sending to them personally, because that is what people love. They want to connect with people. So the more you can make your emails personalized and act like you're just emailing your best friend or family like a conversation, the more impactful they can be. I'm sure some of you have heard the 9-word email where basically it just asks an open-ended question and then they leave it from there. And that's where you really garner responses, because it's act like a conversation. That's something a friend would do. Ask a question and then have an open-ended response. So the more you can make your emails personalized and feel like you're talking to your customer one-on-one, the more engagement you can get in your business. And that's what all email is all about, right? Building relationships, getting action, and then eventually getting sales. But the first part of that is the relationship piece that's most important. So the next email sequence you definitely want to make sure to have is an abandoned cart sequence. I do it all the time. I'm sure you guys too. When you're searching on a website, you put something in your cart and then you kind of either, go clean up a bit, go do the dishes, you forget that it's there, you shop around. So how can you implement an abandoned cart sequence to remind your customer, hey, you place something in your cart, and create a sense of urgency to make them purchase whatever's in their cart or drive that sale? People react with a sense of urgency because it has like a scarcity effect that they might miss out on something if they don't purchase right now. So how can you implement an abandoned cart sequence to really get your customer to buy whatever in their cart sooner than later? How can you incentivize them to do so sooner? Think about those things when you make your abandoned cart sequence. In the last email sequence, every wine company should have is a re-engagement sequence. Re-engagement sequences are so important because it tries to revitalize someone who's already on your list. So you did the hard work of getting them on your list, subscribing, and bought into your business. So how can you revitalize this list by making something that's exciting, engaging, asking a question, really getting some type of action for them to re-engage with your company? Because you already have them technically in your client list. They're already in your database. So how can you revitalize this list? Because it costs less to re-engage a current customer than it is to acquire a new customer. So how can you make your existing customers work harder for you by re-engaging them? So with those sequences, again, they were a welcome sequence, an onboarding sequence, an abandoned cart sequence, and then a re-engagement sequence. So those are the 4 minimum email sequences any business should have, especially for wine businesses who really want to succeed at email marketing. Again, email is a great opportunity to talk to your customers one-on-one in their inbox in a personal setting to, again, tell them who you are, why you're important, and why they should buy your products. Because there are a ton of wine companies out there, so what makes you special, what makes you different, and why should someone buy from you compared to Kroger or Walmart or any other wineries or wine shops? Because there's a lot of direct and indirect competitors in the wine industry. Those 4 sequences will really set you apart and allow you to build a trusted relationship with your customers and make them come back for more, which is what we want for ongoing revenue, right? Okay, perfect. So now that you have the foundation of what emails you definitely need in your business, let's jump to my computer and I'm going to walk you through some real life examples of emails I got, and I'll break down what's working, what's not. I'm going to give you some gems and tidbits that you can take and implement into your own business. All right, let's dive to my computer. Okay, hey guys, so we're back on my computer right now. I'm not going to be looking at you because I'm going to be looking at my screen. So this first website is Mezza. They're a local wine company here in Columbus. I absolutely love them. They're the best 6-packs when it comes to wine delivery services. They're curated for you. They're amazing. So again, on the opening of their page, they have a joiner mailing list. This call to action: be first to know about new arrivals, sales, exclusive offers, and special events. That's okay, but we could really amp up that call to action and tell them what else they get in return, or that's something like, you'll learn more about why we're special, you'll learn more about, etc. You get the idea. So that's their kind of opt-in when they first get to their website. The website's great. It gives you assortments, it breaks it down. We're not doing web page copy right now. We're going to go to my spam email, if you will, and look at the emails I've gotten from them. So I've been subscribed to their list probably since July 14th. So confirm your subscription. So this is something called a transactional email. If you guys don't know what that is, it's basically anytime you subscribe to something, you opt in, a receipt, if you will, kind of just your boring transactional emails that when something happens. You can really amp up this transactional email and really create a personal connection rather just kind of a receipt. So that's an area of opportunity here, because then just saying confirm subscription. So again, you can really amp up your transactional emails to make like you're having a conversation with them. So like, thanks for subscribing to our list. We're super excited to have you. You're joining a community of X amount of people who subscribe and get our emails every week. They're read by this many people. You'll be the first to know about new wines in the store, wine tasting events, new additions to our wine club, things like that. So you really want to amp up the transactional email to make every email work really hard for you. So going back to my inbox, when I look at every email they ever sent, I only have 2. So the first one is July, and the next one is the end of August. So that cadence feels a bit off. You want to have something at least the week after they join your list, because I know people are sometimes afraid to engage a list too frequently, but that's not something you should be afraid of, because you want to create a relationship with your customer. If all the sales-based communication you're having is just buy, then it's going to feel really icky to them. But if you're adding value and contributing and giving them information about why they should care and why they should read your emails, then that relationship and the amount of emails doesn't feel as bad, because you're adding value rather than just stuffing sales in their face, right? So the first email I have from them after the subscription email is new wines available online. So it just talks about the amount of bottles they have, they can deliver to your home, Corona, safety distances, And then it goes into, are you a wine club member? Wine of the week, contact us. So again, this email feels a bit out of order because there's no welcome to Meza, here's what we do, here's why we're special, here's how we can help, and here's why you should really read our emails and buy from us. So it feels kind of premature to jump in to are you a wine club member without really offering or speaking to why they're special, why they're different, or why you should really subscribe to the list in the first place. And something else just to call out, be careful about text that's embedded in images, because sometimes it hurts the deliverability of your email. And also, if someone was reading on text only, then this email might come through a little janky. So just something to look out for. And then I'll go back to my email. And then again, those are the only 2 emails I've ever gotten from them. So they don't have a welcome sequence, they don't have onboarding, they don't have re-engagement, cart abandonment, anything like that. So at minimum, I would say they really should have a welcome sequence, again, to onboard new people who are just joining their list and telling them why they are special. Because if I didn't actively buy from Meza or like follow them on social media, then this would be my only touch point with them. And 2 emails feels like a real missed opportunity to build relationships and close sales. So again, some areas of opportunity there about how they can really amp up their email marketing to engage their audience and build a better relationship to lead to more sales. So now we're going to pivot to do the Personal Wine Company. This is a winery out in California. So this is just the website. Absolutely love this place. And then here's their email list, kind of their opt-in, join for news, events, news releases, and what's next, we're crossing the line. And then I love this differentiator here. It's kind of their value proposition. We're born to do something different, and so are you. I love that because it kind of tells you why they're special before you opt in. Again, the call to action could be a little bit stronger, but this has a bit more beef to it than the other email opt-in we were looking at. So again, we're not going to look at web copy unless you guys want to add another video. So let's pivot to my email inbox and look at the Personal Wine Company. So they already have a ton more emails in my inbox, which is a good thing. That means they're staying top of mind and they really want to engage you. And let's look at the dates. So July 12th was when I opted in, and then another email maybe 10 days later, and then consistently through the next month and last month. They're a bit quiet so far, but these emails feel like a good amount. So let's look at the first email after you subscribe. If you did see that little lag there is because the text is embedded in an image. So it kind of hurts deliverability and also like how you're reading the email. So that's something to think about. Don't always embed a text into images because it might hurt how the deliverability is coming through and how it's read. So I love this welcome email because it really tells you who they are, why you should care, and how they're special. So let's read that. Like, let's remake the rules together. Welcome to the ranks of Personal Wine Company. We don't stare in ceremony, we find solace in what's different. So again, why they're special and why you should care. No sales right now. They're just saying welcome and thank you for subscribing to our list, and here's why we're different. And I love that. And then from there, again, the deliverability and readability of this email is a bit tough because of the text embedded in images. Here it does go into kind of a more sales-based email, which isn't the best after you have a killer welcome. I would still try to nurture your audience and say, thanks for subscribing. Here's some tips when it comes to selecting wine. Here's some things to think about. There's opportunity to really offer value rather than just going into sales, I guess. Let's see what this says. So here's kind of a purchase, but I guess this first one is really shake up your barbecue routine and offering them recipes and pairings. I love that. How can you make this bigger and minimize the exclusive offer? Since again, this is your second touch point with someone who's just subscribing to your list. Okay, so let's go into that third email. So it says Meet the Maker series coming soon. So again, The text is embedded here, so you want to be careful because there might be some deliverability issues, and then how it's reading. If someone's on text only, it might play around with how this is received by a customer. So I love how this kind of offers an insight into their personal community in the San Francisco area. So I think that's something that really builds the relationship to tell their customers who they are. So Meet the Maker series is a priority for them. So like people they partner with in their community. So it's a new series they're launching, and it's kind of giving them the teaser to look out for each new episode or each new email, which I really like because, again, it's telling them to stay tuned for more information and continuously building that relationship with our customer. So I think that's really great information here. And then let's just take a peek at, let's do the first series of that Meet the Maker. So you see how the lags there. Again, little deliverability issue there. Yeah, so here it is the first series, so it's talking about someone, but it doesn't really say who it is. Like it mentions, yeah, it's kind of hard to see who it is. I guess it gives the brand name here, but a picture of her would be really compelling, and also how this ties to their company. While you do want to build relationships and give them information, you also want to like make a connection back to your own company through these emails. So yes, there's a logo, but also like how do they work together would be something that'd be really interesting. Yeah, so those are a couple tips I have when it comes to email marketing. I'm going to hop off here and go back to my go back to talking to you guys regularly. So again, thanks for watching. I know this is a very long video, but I hope you found those tips helpful. I was able to walk through and provide some tips around what works and didn't work and ways you can implement those same things into your business when it comes to email marketing. And again, those email sequences you should have when it comes to email marketing are a welcome sequence, an onboarding sequence, abandoned cart sequence, and a re-engagement sequence. I know this is a really long video, so I appreciate you sticking around to get all these super valuable tips that you can implement in your business today. And if you have any questions on how to implement those or what they should look like, feel free to comment down below or shoot me an email. I'm happy to chat further. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to see more content just like this, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers!